Welcome back, everybody. A Pink Lemon here, and our Beyblade X journey continues because this month's release is Knightlance, the first new X-Bay to release outside of the Core 4. Knightlance is a right-spinning defense type owned by Multi once again in the manga, and is the series' first self-proclaimed counter-attacking defense type. And for long-time subscribers, which you are subscribed, right? Because if you're part of the 79% of viewers who watches my content but isn't subscribed, odds are you enjoy the content and you might want to see more. Subscribing lets you do that, it's quick, it's easy, and it really helps the channel out, so thank you. Anyways, longtime viewers will know that I'm a complete fiend for anything of the counter-attacking variety, especially counter-attacking defense types, so I'm incredibly stoked for this new release. Looking at the box, we can see that once again owned by Multi, but we've got a different pose than is on the Knight Shield box. We got it showing off its new gimmick, which is that it's extra tall, taller than X-Bays already are. We can see the blade here, obviously being Knightlance, and we can see its stats where it's got a 25 in attack, a 60 in defense, but a 15 in stamina, whereas Knight Shield had, I believe, a 55 in defense and then equal attack and stamina. Once again, we have the 480 ratchet, the same one that's on Wizard Arrow, but with a really nice recolor, and we have our first new bit, High Needle, which I don't really know what these stats are and why there's 5 bars instead of the 3, but, you know, can't read Japanese. But we will get to see High Needle when we open this thing up, so I guess there's only one thing left to do. And now with all the tape gone, at least the tape on the outside, we can open this up. I cannot fumble opening the box again like I did with literally every other unboxing. Just get straight to it, open up the side, and... oh, crap. Bam! But here it is. As I always say, the piece de resistance of the unboxing. Let's get this open. Let's see this blade. This is a very interesting blade, seeing from how jagged it was in all the promotional stuff and how it looks in the manga, and I really like the color on it. So there you go, that is the blade Knightlance. Obviously it's super shiny because it just came out of the package, and I didn't expect it to have purple in the middle. I expected it to be the same sort of teal, but as you can see, that is a very nice blade. You can see already between Knight Shield and Knightlance, like, this is a pure defense type. You can tell this is a counter-attacking defense type. And then we can compare the greens too, where Knightlance is more of a teal than a pure green. The underside got that same color, and looking at the side profile, which we'll get a better look at when we put it all together, obviously got much more pronounced edges to have more recoil for better counterattack. I really didn't expect the purple middle though. Next up, our recolored ratchet 480. It's the same one as Wizard Arrow, so it's not that spectacular. Okay, and finally we have our first new bit, High Needle, which is, as it says in the name, supposed to be needle, but high. Yes, dear audience, it is just that simple. This is High Needle. I really like this sort of dark aqua green color on it. I don't even know if that's the right color, but yeah, this is High Needle. You might be wondering, hey, that just looks like Needle. And I'll let you know that, yeah, no, it does just kind of look like Needle. But let me grab Knight Shield for us real quick, and we will be able to tell the difference between High Needle and regular Needle. There you go. It is a few... wow, that is a really small difference. How close can I get this to the camera to focus? There we go. That is the difference between High Needle and regular Needle. Yeah, it's a pretty pitiful difference, and I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely one of the more disappointing aspects about Beyblade X, and definitely one of the more disappointing aspects about Knightlance. It's that our first new bit isn't that different from a bit we already have by like it's like probably 1 millimeter, like maybe not even. High Needle's supposed to, you know, give it that extra height so it can tip over, and as I said in our Knight Shield unboxing, sort of point the bay forward more to be more defensive and move around more, but the way they're handling new bits right now, like we have High Needle and we have Low Flat. Low Flat's kind of a different idea because it lets it do more X dashes. It actually has a purpose, whereas High Needle feels like it just isn't impactful enough. But now that we have all of our parts, we can put our beautiful Knightlance together. So we can have our amazing blade, and our really nice looking ratchet. I think I like what they're doing, making the ratchets different colors to the blades. It just adds that, you know, tiny extra bit of customization and variety to the look of Beyblade X-Bay. Ratchet click, and then we just put in our tip, high needle, and bam. And wow, this is a very tall bay. Knightlance is very tall, but yeah, that's Knightlance. I've fallen in love with Knightlance. I think I said Night Shield was my favorite, but man, Knightlance I think is my new favorite now because oh man, look at how the teal meshes with the matte color of the ratchet looking inside. And just how all the colors in general match together on this, especially in this light. It's great. It's kind of weird having 4 different colors on the one Beyblade, but I think they managed to make it work. Yeah, Knightlance looks freaking awesome. Super excited to put it to use. And something I just noticed that I really like about it is all the Beyblade X-Bays have these 3 little points that sort of frame this centerpiece, which they haven't given it a name. They need to give that piece a name. And where they're all triangles, but the way they've done it on Knightlance is they've extended it to make this really nice diamond shape so it feels like the rest of the blade. I just think that's a really cool design. It's already much taller than something like Night Shield, which has the same height ratchet, mind you. Night Shield has 380, but with 480, this is just so much taller already. And if we compare it to something with a 60 height ratchet, if we get the camera to focus, you can see that that is so much lower by a pretty considerable amount. Like, I think if I was to measure it, let's get the height, let's get the ruler out. If I was to measure it, this is about 3 centimeters about in height, in total height. It's a bit hard to see, which for you American viewers, which I know you are, my ruler has an inch side, this is about almost 1.5 inches. You can't see the ruler, but it's almost 1.5 inches. There you go. Bam, Knightlance, and despite not having a launcher, we're gonna do our little test spin on the desk, because you know we gotta get a test spin in. I love having a test spin. All right, 3, 2, 1, go, shoot. So there you go, that is Knightlance. As you can see, that extra height makes it very wobbly, gives it that extra bit of aggression that you are already seeing on the desk already. Jesus. Bam, yeah. That is Knightlance. Super excited to see how this thing performs. And speaking of performance, let's put this through some Beyblade battles. All right, I'm super excited to see how this performs, so let's just go straight to the battles. We'll be putting Knightlance up against Hellscythe to see if its counterattacking abilities can fend off Hellscythe's destructive attacks. And in a very explosive, all-over-the-place, chaotic match, Knightlance manages to hold on and wins with a sleep out, making the score now 1-0. And unfortunately, Hellscythe uses its superior upper attack to knock Knightlance off balance and wins with a sleep out, making the score now 1-all. And after one super powerful extreme dash, it seems like Knightlance is sent into the pocket, but upon watching the replay, Knightlance actually pops back out of the pocket, and both bays exit the stadium at the same time, making this a tie. Hellscythe gets revenge for its previously failed extreme dash and wins with an overfinish, making the score now 1-3. And after using all its stamina on failed extreme dashes, Hellscythe loses with a sleep out, making the score now 2-3. Knightlance finally succumbs to Hellscythe's aggression, and Hellscythe is the winner of round 1. And thanks to its extra height, Knightlance just barely beats Hellscythe with a sleep out, making the score now 1-0. And with a brilliant counterattack, Hellscythe is sent flying, making the score now 3-0. Hellscythe manages to conserve just enough stamina to win with a sleep out, making the score now 3-1. And with a very strange maneuver from Knightlance where it sort of extreme dashes, it knocks out Hellscythe, making it the winner of round 2. Match point. Knightlance uses his heavy recoil to destabilize Hellscythe and wins with a sleep out, making the score now 1-0. And in a really cool maneuver from Hellscythe, it uses an extreme dash to intercept Knightlance on the extreme line, delivering a blow directly to its ratchet, causing it to burst, making the score now 1-2. Knightlance once again demonstrates its counterattacking ability and wins with an overfinish, making the score now 3-2. And in a final demonstration of its counterattacking ability, after a series of head-on clashes, Knightlance sends Hellscythe flying into the pocket and wins the match. Wow, those were some pretty explosive battles with a surprising performance from Knightlance, with it actually being able to demonstrate an impressive amount of counterattacking, actually consistently getting counterattack over finishes. And contrary to my belief, that extra 2mm on the high needle bit actually does add a lot to this bay's height, and you could really tell while it was in the stadium with Hellscythe. That being said, it doesn't seem like that extra height actually helped its counterattacking ability, as unlike Needle on Knight Shield, it doesn't seem to actually help Knightlance lean down further and improve its defense. Rather, High Needle seems to do the opposite, helping it maintain an upright position and preserve its stamina. Overall though, Knightlance is a really refreshing and fun addition to the Beyblade X roster as a counterattacking defense type, as the High Needle bit's extra surface area lets it be more aggressive, and thanks to that extra aggression, it's nice to see Knightlance actually get to X-Dash way more so than Knight Shield or even Wizard Arrow, and the blade has the perfect amount of recoil, and man, I still can't get over how much I love this design. That's enough out of me though. What do you think of Knightlance? Let me know down in the comments below. Remember to like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more Beyblade X content coming soon. Until next time, I've been a Pink Lemon and I hope you have a great day.